This is the zoom mixer and the wide mixer video. Okay, let's go up to View and open up the zoom mixer. Let's put this guy right over here. Go back up to the view, and the view menu shows you all the windows in SawStudio. If you want to open up any window, just go right to the view window and you can open it up. And here we go with the wide mixer. Here we have both of them open, and these are both the same thing, but displayed in a different manner. Here's the zoom mixer, and if I right click and hold the right mouse button down and scroll upwards, you are seeing everything in the wide mixer, just in one strip rather than side by side. There it is. SawStudio at the top. Right there you go. Now, the zoom mixer is a great way to mix because you have everything laid out right in front of you. You can access every section of the mixer right here. You can also access it right here by scrolling up and down. But this one's laid out right in front of you. The zoom mixer, if you hold here, I can open this up as wide as my monitor will let me and have that view. That's a nice view, and I use this view quite often because I like the big faders. I like that. But if you don't want that, you still have to scroll up and down. So this is one channel way out. I like that. And if scrolling, see, I can select the track just like that, like you did in the the full mixer. If I press the Control key and hold it down and press the right arrow, here's the wide mixer view of an output. Here's the wide mixer view of a return channel. And there's the wide mixer view of an input channel. And of course, the end key, here's the end key, takes you to the last channel, the very right of this very, very wide mixer. About 102 channels of glorious mixing at your fingertips or mouse tips. And there you go. Now let's go over all these controls. And all the controls in here are the same as the controls in here. All the same. Same way you operate them. You've got your fader. You can move the faders. You'll see these little triangles in the Saw program. If you left click on them, you can move them in increments. You can also left click hold and drag up and down to move the fader. Of course, you understand about labeling your tracks. Drums. Your pan, you can move it left and right. Just grab and click, or click right here. Wherever you see these, you can, and you'll see them all over the place. Some of them have different faders though. See that one? That's a bit different. Here's some. Boy, that's a long fader there. It's easy to adjust. Anywhere you see these, they open up all over the place. Boy, is that convenient. Let me tell you something. You got your solo and mute buttons. Easily you can click on them. Your out of signs. And it's here, wherever you see these little triangles, you can click on them and menus will open up. Here you can do it in increments. These little dots activate the different zones here. Grab this and move around. Pan. Pretty straightforward. It's the same everywhere. Your EQ you can adjust. You hold and drag. You also can. You got pop-up menus on every one of these, if you like to do it that way. This is your effects, pre and post. You can click on that. It opens up the FX box here, or patch box. You can click on the FX. You can then find yourself a reverb that you want, or any effect you want. The one that's highlighted, that one, I like that one. I go over here and I add it. There it is. I now have a waves reverb on input 1 on my drums. Very simple. And you'll see a little bar right there that lets you know that there's an effect patched in. You can click on that bar and now it's not active. And this is automatable right here. So as you're mixing and you know that you don't want that effect going, you can click it on and off and save yourself some CPU time. Here's your aux sends. Pretty straightforward. And in mixing we'll go over all this, but you know, pretty easy to operate. That you know, those are all the switches. If we go down to the output channel, basically all the same stuff, except here you have a final resolution effect. This is the last effect before you go out of the board. Right there, the final resolution. But other than that, it's all the same. You can affect the zones there. And if you go to a return channel, here you can patch in your effects. We'll get into that in the mixing videos. But that's the full mixer view along with the zoom mixer view. And everything I just did here you can do there. There I just went to the output channel right there. There's your final resolution setting. And of course you can start play and stop play from these mixer views. Oops. But there you go, and of course you can group just like you did in the full mixer view. And of course you can store your EQs. That was an alt left click. I'm sorry about that. An alt right click. Hold down the alt button and right click, and there you go. You can store your EQs. I showed this in the full mixer view exactly how this works, and we'll probably be using that in our when we do our recording in our mixdown. So there you have it, the wide mixer view and the zoom mixer view in SawStudio.